The watch we're looking at today is a solar-powered Seiko Prospex, but it's one with a local twist, because the SNE520P is a limited edition made just for Australia. But before we get to what makes this watch specific to Australia, let's cover off the basics. It's a dive watch in the classic Seiko style, 43.5mm across, hard Lex crystal, a lot of Lumi Bright for nighttime or underwater visibility, and the quite cool solar caliber that takes energy through the solar cells on the dial and gives it 10 months of power when it's fully charged. It's a movement that's also accurate to 10 or minus 15 seconds a month. It's a cool, functional watch. It's a Seiko. Everyone loves them. But what makes this an Australian Seiko is the colour scheme. As anyone who's familiar with our sporting team should know, green and gold are the national colours of Australia. And so the details here are in those two instantly recognisable colours. The crown, the bezel and the dial details are in gold tone, which has a nice bit of flash to the diver. And the first 15 minutes of the dive bezel are in a dark green. Now I've got to say, when I first heard that this Australian limited edition was happening, I was a little bit worried that it would be over the top and have an Australian flag on the dial or something. So I'm really pleased at just how subtle this Seiko is, but still quite Australian. The watch is limited to 800 pieces, and it's got an Australian recommended retail price of $650. And while you can find this watch in Seiko's Australian stockist, there's another way to get your hands on one. You might not be aware, but at the moment, large parts of Australia are in the middle of a severe drought, which is really hitting people who live and work off the land hard. So to help out, we're auctioning off one of the watches, number one of the 800 to be exact, in a silent auction, with all money raised going to the Drought Relief Fund. See below or visit Time+Tide for details.